It's college football time, so let's pick the biggest games versus the spread and make ridiculous football food. It's easy call.
My goodness, it is week 3. These are ridiculously fun matchups. So excited because we are also going to be making a shrimp boil with Dale Talde. Yeah, like a low country shrimp boil, and it is excellent, and you should be making it at home or at your tailgates. We're here at Hill Country Barbecue Market in Brooklyn. We've got a bull rider next to me. Life is grand. So let's get into the first game. Alabama, a touchdown favorite against Ole Miss. I think we know how that went last year. Good times for Ole Miss, but this year, obviously the big story coming in, Ole Miss with a new quarterback running an electrically fun offense, and Bama with their own new quarterback looking good all around. It's going to be quite fun. Big matchup to me, though, is going to be the Alabama offensive line is sort of a tale of two sides. The right side, a little bit questionable, so if Ole Miss can take advantage, force Jake Coker into passing downs, and he does get a little bit flustered under duress, I think Ole Miss can have a lot of fun in this game. Ultimately, though, in Tuscaloosa, I'm going to take Alabama to win outright, but I'm going to take those Ole Miss points. Let's call it 28-24. Roll Tide takes it. And I'm going to take this. So this is the Bull Rider. We got tea-infused gin, lemon, simple syrup, a little bit of mint, sort of like an Arnold Palmer, Tom Collins. Let's see how this works. Oh yeah, ooh, yeah, bitter and sweet all at the same time. I love it. Next game, didn't anticipate this. Georgia Tech becoming 2-point favorites after being 2-point dogs when the line opened against Notre Dame in South Bend. Notre Dame, of course, big story with Malik Zaire, starting quarterback, going down for the season with an ankle injury. And Georgia Tech has an offense that is basically just like this the whole time, like rah, rah. Flex bone, Paul Johnson, fun. I think the big matchup here is going to be actually Georgia Tech's defense, especially that front, forcing Notre Dame into problems, get Notre Dame to third down. Deshaun Kaiser is good, shows nice things. They were awful on third down last week, so force air control by the Irish. I think Georgia Tech actually on the road wins this game by 10. I'm gonna say 37-27 because once that Georgia Tech offense is on the field, they're paying a mortgage. They're just there. They are occupying space. Let's go with that. All right, next game. USC is 9.5-point favorites at home, taking on the Cardinal of Stanford. Should be a fun game, low-scoring game, generally speaking. Big story for Stanford is how they've been on offense thus far, at least against Northwestern in week 1. Looked a little bit better last week, but coaching conservative. Penalties, drops. It's been a kind of a mess for Stanford. And USC's looked explosive as all hell, but they've played nobody. So should be a nice challenge for the Trojans. Big matchup to me is going to be Stanford on offense, coaching, creativity, completing passes, converting third downs against a USC defense that should be and has been very good, but hasn't been challenged because Stanford is going to need to score at least 27 points to beat this USC offense with how good they've especially been on the ground with Ronald Jones. I like that a lot. I'm going to take the Trojans 31-13. I think it's close for a little bit, but I'm going USC here. And now, and I hope you're in a private dark room because it's about to get real not safe for work. Yep, it's time for Dale Talde and a low country shrimp boil. He's going to teach you how to do it at your tailgate or watch party in his own special way. You need this in your life.
Hey guys, I'm Dale Talde. Welcome to Carino Provisions, and I'm gonna show you my tailgate shrimp boil. So we're dealing with a big pot of steamed, boiled shrimp and andouille sausage that we make in-house, potatoes, onions, corn.
Okay, so what do you, flavor-wise, what are you going for? Are you going for spice? Where's the balance? Where's the flavor coming from?
The flavor's coming from a very well-spiced broth, which we have here. We take beer, shrimp shells and heads, our house-made shrimp boil seasoning. See, these shrimp are at C.
Right.
But you're looking for a C, not a G. The shrimp is at G, it's overcooked. So we have some focaccia bread.
Okay.
I love this bread. We're gonna, as soon as this comes out of the boil, what I love to do is grill this, and this actually becomes a plate.
That's brilliant.
Then what we do is we make a shrimp boil butter. This is it, you're all done. You wait 3 or 4 minutes so everything's warmed through, cooked through. And what a lot of people do is they'll take their cooler, wipe it down, and take this, go right into your cooler.
And what is it about a shrimp boil? We gave you the option to do anything you wanted. Football food, tailgate food, watch party food.
What I love about a shrimp boil is it really brings everybody to the table.
Yep.
This is a messy affair.
Yes.
Who wants a super clean tailgate?
Exactly.
You know, you get a little, you get your hands dirty. You know, you're eating with your hands.
Yeah, that was, that's special. please make that shrimp boil. Your life will be better. All right, next game, and appropriately so, LSU, 7.5-point favorites in Baton Rouge, taking on Auburn. Big story here is, of course, Auburn looking awful last week. Yeah, they were real bad looking, but I think they can correct themselves to a point. LSU comes off of a nice win against Mississippi State on the road, where really their game was defined by a lot of conservatism on offense. We'll see if that improves. I think the big matchup this week is going to be Auburn and their health on defense, getting fixed on defense. If they can get better and healthier on all three levels, it's a more straightforward running game that they're going to need to stop than what they saw against Jacksonville State. And LSU needs to be able to open things up, because if it's a 4-point game, LSU's down late, and Brandon Harris needs to pass it down the field, I would be taking a cocktail and doing this. Oh my God, is he gonna complete this? They need to be able to figure stuff out. I'm gonna take LSU to win here, but barely. I think Auburn figures things out on defense. Let's call it 24-20 Tigers. They walk away from this barely unscathed. And the final game for week 3, and there's a lot of good ones even beyond this one. UCLA, 16.5-point favorites at home, well, in Pasadena, against BYU. BYU, of course, huge story. 2 straight weeks of last-minute touchdown passes from Tanner Mangum, so a lot of emotion, could be a letdown spot. And UCLA, of course, with the hottest true freshman in the country in Josh Rosen at quarterback, surrounded by a ton of experience. Lot to like about this matchup, even though it is a 16.5-point spread. I think the big key here is going to be the youth and expected immediate maturity of Rosen going against a defense in BYU that's going to stop the run for a good amount of this game. I feel like they're going to force Rosen to beat them a lot. So I know BYU can't, but I'm going to drink some more of this. As I make my decision, I'm going to take those points barely. Let's call it UCLA 34-20. I think it's an up and down game for the Bruins, but ultimately one that makes you feel better about UCLA. Those are my picks. I have my picks for the week. We're going USC, we're going Georgia Tech, Auburn. Let's go with Ole Miss to cover. Let's go with BYU. How about that? That shrimp boil was so good. Really go out of your way to make it. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.